Alongside with workflow, we also have the ability to use staging in order to set up a fully fleshed out business process, okay? Now, staging allows you to have a work in progress environment that is distinct from your live production environment, okay? So this gives you that testing environment that you would need to make sure everything is deployed, looks good, placed on the page, reviewed before it's actually published and made live to your users, okay? Now, it's important to understand that staging is primarily dealing with the pages and the site itself rather than the content. If you have a need for just simply having a workflow process on content that, let's say, will automatically show up on the page through an asset publisher, workflow may be all you need to make that happen. Staging is if you want a fuller environment to do some testing and page management before you actually push it out to a live site. So the way this works is when you have staging turned on, it's going to copy the site that you've turned it on for, and it's going to give you that work in progress environment. All right. From there, you can determine how you want to actually go about using staging. You can use things like page variations, which essentially give you some Git-like branches that you can work with. You can create new branches, you can merge those and make them your new sort of main variation to work with and publish that. Or you can have parallel pages. For example, if you wanted to have a holiday version for the Livingston Hotels and Resorts that is in parallel with the normal, you can have two different teams working on them, and you can schedule when one is published or the other is published. Okay. All of these things are sort of built in, baked into staging, and you can take a look at some of those options. Now, there are two types of staging that we can work with when we have it turned on for our sites. Okay. We have local live and we have remote live. Now, what local live does is it makes a copy of the site that you have staging turned on for in the local instance that you're working with. All right. So it'll be the same database, the same instance, and you'll be able to easily click between the two options. All right. Now, of course, this can be helpful, faster. Publishing doesn't need to go over a network, so that's going to be faster as well. But it doesn't give you quite the amount of flexibility that remote live does. Now, remote live is an option where you can have a separate, distinguished server, database, instance, etc. from the production environment. Okay. This allows you a little bit more flexibility. You can deploy widgets to test, applications to test, things along those lines. And then when they're ready to go, you can go ahead and publish them over to your production server. It also keeps the databases distinct so that if there's an issue in one, it's not going to impact the other. And because they're two completely separate hardware servers, if one goes down, the other doesn't necessarily go down. Whereas with local live, if one goes down, the other necessarily will go down as well. All right, so for most large-scale production environments, we might recommend remote live as it gives you some more stability and ability to test and have some flexibility there as well. Staging allows you to keep a sort of sandbox environment distinct from production so that you can make all of your changes, your edits, your reviews here before they actually go to the live environment. All right. You have local and remote live. Again, local is going to be the same instance, same server. Remote is going to keep those distinct and you'll have to publish over the network. All right. Page versions allow you to create distinct variations of your pages. Again, this is sort of a Git-like branch concept where you can either have branches that can merge back into your main variation, or master if you know Git terminology, or it can allow you to create some parallel branches as well. Okay, so for different use cases, you can use either or. All right, and lastly, you have the ability to automate scheduling as well, so you can determine where things go live. Okay, so you can have staging and you can have workflow, either working distinct or working together to provide the full business process that you're looking for. Okay. If you're looking for more information on both workflow and staging, I would encourage you to take a look at our content management course. There we spend more time digging in and doing some hands-on with these specific features. All right. Okay, in the last video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the other 7.1 features that are available or will soon be available for your use. All right. So thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next video.